Hello, everybody, and welcome here to the Wine with Jimmy channel. Thank you so much for clicking by. What are we all about here? It's all about wine education designed to really help you maximize your enjoyment of wine, and specifically, if you are studying the world of wine, lucky you, first of all, but it will help you understand your subjects more specifically aimed at the WSET. Here in this short two-part series is looking at the Loire Valley in terms of the all-important short written questions that you will get asked in your examination. It's the most challenging, toughest part of the examination that really separates the winners from the losers. There's a nice picture of the Clos de Bourg vineyard of Domaine Huet. So this video that I've got up as free content on the world of YouTube here is available as a taster. It's free. But if you want to get the full version of all of those short written questions, you'll need to go and subscribe to my e-learning platform, where there's a huge volume of help questions, exclusive video content, maps, multiple choice questions, flashcards. It's a real immersive experience to help you understand your topic very well. So I'm going to go into the taster, where we're going to go and actually look at quite a lot here, probably about sort of 16 marks before moving on to the full version. Any comments or questions, please do get in touch by leaving your comments below, and make sure you click like and subscribe. Let's go. So this will be a walkthrough. Now, if you want to have a go at doing these questions yourself, of course, please pause and then fill out the answer, and then I'll walk through it with you when you press play, and you can see if your answers tally up to the examiners. So the Loire Valley is considered cool, but is classified as a transitional climate. So what does that mean? Well, transitional climate will mean that it's macroclimate, so actually it's a large enough area, or it's impacted significantly, where there will be potentially lots of different types of climates going on. First of all, though, it's asking you about the cool part. What are the parameters for a cool climate in terms of temperature for 2 marks? So cool climate temperature would mean an average growing season temperature of 16.5 degrees Celsius, that's 62 Fahrenheit, or below. You can write in both Celsius or Fahrenheit Celsius, that's absolutely fine. So that's key here. 2 marks would mean that you are talking about the growing season and then giving the range, which is here below 16.5 degrees Celsius. Always a good idea to get your head around those. They're in the start of your textbook. It's going to be like page 31. And remember, with the examinations, they're not purely on one area or chapter in your book. So this is the Loire, yes, but the Loire will have connections through viticulture and winemaking to other chapters in the book, chapters 6 and 7, for example. So this is what we call a bridge question, which is bringing your knowledge of the Loire into viticulture and vinification. State and describe the 2 macroclimates found here in the Loire Valley, and give an example of an AOC in each climate. So you'll see that there's a hefty amount of marks available here, 12. So that is going to be 6 available for climate type 1, stating it, describing it, giving an AOC example, and then the other 6 for climate type 2, describing it and giving an AOC example. So this page that's going to come up now is going to be the first 6 marks. And this is really basing on your understanding that the Loire Valley is the longest river in France, and the viticultural area is rather large. It's spread out of quite a large zone. So all the way from the Atlantic to central France. Once you understand that, you're going to be able to talk about the 2 main climatic types. The first one is maritime, of course, because as the Loire heads towards the Atlantic, forming its estuary just past Nantes, of course, you're going to have a lot of impact here from the Atlantic, which crafts this maritime climate. So that gets you 1 mark. You now need to describe what a maritime climate is in 4 marks, and then place an AOC at the bottom. So this is also from the front of your text. This would be page 31 again, describing a general maritime climate, cool to moderate temperatures, and a low annual difference between the hottest and coldest month. So this is called continentality. So therefore, summer peak and winter's lowest point, there is not a significant amount of difference. Rainfall falls throughout the year, moderating the temperatures, and grapes can therefore ripen far into the autumn. This is different to, say, continental, where it's a short, hot summer that drops off quite quickly as it goes into autumn. But the rainfall here in spring and summer can be harmful to flowering, fruit set, and the health of grapes at harvest. So there'll be 4 marks there, talking about low continentality, talking about rainfall throughout the year, talking about moderating the temperatures, and then disruption due to rainfall. There'll be the 4 key points there. The AOC here in Muscadet, but you could get Muscadet, Sèvres et Maine as well. There are others too that you can have as long as they are on the western side of the Loire Valley. Then part 2. So let's just refresh ourselves with the questions. State and describe 2 macroclimates. We've done 1, found here, and give an example of an AOC in this climate type. So the second climate type is as you move up the Loire River, you become much more localized and situated in towards central France, where it becomes more continental. So now we need to describe a continental climate in 4 marks. So this has high continentality. You've just described what that is on the last one, so don't need to do that again. And that's 1 mark. Short, hot, dry summers with a rapid temperature drop in autumn. That will get you another mark. Cool continental climates such as Sancerre, where we are looking at, are at risk from spring frost. That's another mark. And then low temperatures throughout the growing season can affect flowering, fruit set, and ripening with that specific cool continentality. I would also mention to diurnal, if you wish, as well. So there tends to be higher ranges of diurnality. So that's where we have a difference between the day and the night. That can also be mentioned. And AOC here, of course, is mentioned in the bulk of the text there, Sancerre, but you can have Puy-Fumé, for example. You could even have things like Menetou-Salon. Now, you'll note with my examples here, I've missed out the middle area of both Anjou, Saumur, and Touraine. That is because I want you to get in the mindset of picking the real clear-cut answers, just in case there might be some half marks being awarded because, say, Vouvray can be both continental and maritime. So be clear. Continental, certainly the most eastern of the Loire, and maritime, the most western. Tabulated questions and answers, they like WSET, get used to them. The Loire in France is located on the Atlantic Ocean with high rainfall increasing disease pressure. State 2 types of disease pressure experienced here, their impact on the vine, and then how it's likely to be treated in the vineyard. So your type of disease pressure, what it does physically to the vine, and then what we do in terms of treating it. So let's talk about the first disease pressure. This is our first one, downy mildew. Please don't put powdery mildew because we are talking here. I mean, there is powdery mildew in the Loire, but we are linking this to high rainfall, and rainfall's actually not a parameter for powdery mildew. Okay, it's actually kind of warm, shady conditions. But downy is very much associated to wet weather. Okay, so downy mildew. Okay, so the impact on the vine is that it appears as yellow spots on the upper side of the leaves and furry grey patches underneath, and can cause leaves to drop off. It also makes the grapes, some of the berries, exceptionally hard like pea-like, and they need to be, of course, discarded. The treatment here classically is the Bordeaux mixture, but there are other fungicides available as well. But you could also mention here that viticulturally, we would think about managing the canopy in a way that allows much better airflow. So the fungus is pretty much blown through; it doesn't sort of settle throughout the grapes and the vines. So that's what we call opening up the canopy. The second disease pressure, that is actually included on video too. So that will be on the full version. Much more questions and answers on that video as well. So please go along and subscribe if you wish to go through more videos. Once again, if you do have any comments or questions, please do get in touch. You could do that by commenting on the video below. Make sure you click like and subscribe. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you found it useful, certainly for your studies. And until next time, I've been Jimmy Smith. And if you do come to the UK, come and say hello for a class, glass, or bottle. Ciao for now. Thank you.